All right, we interrupt this story to bring you this breaking news. A CHP pursuit in the San Gabriel Valley. Let's get up to SkyCal and our Mike Rogers on the desk. Mike, we're told this driver is wanted for reckless driving.
Right. So, Pat, this all started. East LA Sheriff's Department was actually chasing it, and their code for this is reckless deuce, which is reckless driver or DUI. Now, they really obviously don't know if this person is truly DUI until they get him out of the car and figure that out. But that is what they call it, reckless deuce, which is reckless DUI. They lost it at some point during this. A sheriff's helicopter wasn't far, was able to pick it back up, called CHP. CHP is now behind it, and they have lit it up, and now the car is not stopping. So we've been over this for a couple of seconds here. We just watched as the sheriffs put their night sun on. That's a sheriff's helicopter. We are westbound on the 210 coming into the Pasadena area right now. There is one unit behind it right now that we're being told. That's our photographer, John, up in SkyCal, giving me that information. But he's going 130 miles an hour, Pat.
Oh, okay.
130 miles an hour in this Dodge.
Yeah, and that's the problem, too. When it's that fast, sometimes we know CHP is behind, but, you know, they may pull back even more because of the speed here, because they don't want, you know, obviously, if they're driving recklessly in the first place, they could cause other problems on the freeway with other motorists out there. But they still have the helicopter doing a good job really keeping up with this vehicle. And
we're going fast. I mean, 130 is that's kind of how fast these helicopters. Oh, they're really splitting those cars right there. That is kind of how fast we go. And this car is a very capable car. It has the horsepower to do that. There's another unit that he just blew right past, a CHP unit, as we come really right at 210, coming up on the 2 freeway, I believe, here right now. Or no, where the 210 splits, and it can go north, or you can keep going west on the 134, as we're seeing about a speeds of about 120.
All right, that's unbelievable. That's really fast. And let's see what he's doing here, Mike. He seems to be, well, I thought he was traversing left there, possibly.
Yeah, or looked like we're blocked by some trees a little bit there.
Yeah, I can't see that well now. But this started, as you say, this was in Temple City?
East LA. East LA started it, and then we kind of came up the 605. That's where we started to hear about it when the sheriff's helicopter picked it up. And then we went north 605, west 210, and I believe we just transitioned south off of the freeway. So this is where that kind of weird area is where the 710 doesn't really exist. But so he's going to exit the freeway here, it looks like, and I'm still following the sheriff's helicopter, John, is actually still west 134. So see if we're lost him here a little bit. It looks like everyone's kind of trying to pick him up, but he was going really fast, and that's kind of what happens, especially on those transition roads. You lose the trees. We heard he just exited Del Mar. There's a CHP unit right there. And we'll see if that's the car. I think it might be.
Yeah, it looks, well, is it trying to?
Especially the way he's driving.
Yeah. Well, he made a left turn. I almost thought that he was slowing down a bit, but we are on surface streets now.
Yeah, we are.
So there's any kind of possibility.
Yeah, and if he's at these low enough speeds, okay, now we got
what he just did. He went around a building.
Right. And now we got the sheriff's helicopter back involved, which is good. But for a second, the sheriff's helicopter kept going. Yeah, and the units are asking for permission to pit the car because we are going so slow right now. They're pulling into a parking lot, it looks like.
Okay, is that when I say building, is that a mall or business?
It looked like an apartment building.
Okay, it's a big building.
Yeah, now we're, you know, in very inconveniently placed trees, but he is in the parking lot there. All of a sudden going 130 miles an hour to nothing.
Yeah, okay. And stop, and there's a lot of law enforcement right there. So hopefully, I was going to say, Mike, when we get these trees out of the way, but if we can go around the trees, we can find out exactly what's going on, if the person is giving up, getting out of the vehicle. Really difficult to tell right now. We see officers out of the car.
Yep, with their guns drawn, and you know, our pilot Mike doing a good job of scooting us around over here. But you know, it worked the first time, Pat. He really gunned it, got away from the sheriff's department. They lost him, so maybe that's what he was thinking was going to happen again. Driver's door's open now, but clearly it didn't work with the CHP.
Nope, and CHP usually they stay on the case, don't they?
Yeah, they're one of the more aggressive agencies when it comes to chasing. And again, you know, the sheriff's department got rid of this. It was a reckless driver. LAPD probably wouldn't have chased this at 130 miles an hour, but the CHP will. And
maybe that driver knew that by pulling over all of a sudden, pulling into that apartment building parking lot there, and it's really dark, Mike, but can you tell, is he out of the car?
Yeah, he's out. He's got his arms out. He just put his hands behind his back, and now back up in the air, and he's walking towards those officers and that patrol car. So the good news is the danger to the public is over because he's out of the car.
Yeah, but we saw that what could have been a close call on the freeway there, so that is good news. We're waiting for this code for you. We can see him with his hands up now.
Right, and we're kind of right in the intersection for our viewers, right in the intersection of South Fair Oaks Avenue and Del Mar, just kind of to the northeast of that a little bit in a parking lot. And, you know, we're in busy Pasadena. This is Old Pasadena, is just to the north of where we are right now. And obviously we just popped off those freeways. So interesting that he's now facing the officers. Generally not, oh, they want him to pull his shirt up. So that's a tactic they'll use, make sure he doesn't have anything in his waistband, any weapons, anything like that. They'll have him turn around there and continue to walk back towards him.
Okay, and let's just remind our viewers, this was reckless driving, but DUI?
Possible DUI, yeah. That's what the Sheriff's Department code is, reckless deuce. They think he could potentially be under the influence. That's why they tried to stop him. And obviously we'll find out once they are able to take him into custody.
All right, looks like they have him now, Mike.
Yep, we got an officer that grabbed his hands and pulling him back to the patrol car. So now what they'll do is they'll go clear the car, make sure nobody else is in there. But again, this is probably going to be a code 4 here in just a couple seconds.
Okay, well, are we going to move on? We're going to stay on this for a moment. Okay, we're going to move on. Thanks so much, Mike.